In terms of the announcement that we're making today, over the course of the week, we've announced over $460 million of business support. And we promised that we would come back to provide further support, additional support for tourism and accommodation operators. This is particularly important because for a period of time we will have different settings between metropolitan Melbourne and regional Victoria, and that will include over the period of the long weekend. So we knew that this is tough on everyone. It's tough on all businesses. It's a particularly tough period for tourism and accommodation. So to that end, today we're announcing a $32.2 million package. It's made up of $16 million to provide a further round of the very popular regional tourism vouchers. So there'll be a further round of 80,000 vouchers, $11.8 million, which is the tourism supplement top-up of $4,500. So for all tourism operators across Victoria, in addition to the business support, this will mean that tourism operators will receive $7,000 in additional support. And finally, $4.4 million for the Alpine support package. And this is an acknowledgement that, you know, when you think about the ski season and the disruption in terms of the lockdown and a period of time of restricted travel for Melburnians, this is particularly disproportionately going to impact on our Alpine resorts and all of the tourism operators who support that. So there's grants of up to $15,000 for on-mountain operators and $5,000 for off-mountain tourism operators linked to the ski season. So to go through some of the detail, I'll ask Marty to come forward, and then after Marty, we'll hear from Professor Cheng, and then happy to answer any questions. Marty.
Thanks, James. James has really given you most of the detail. As the Acting Premier indicated, when the government announced that after next weekend there would still be a period where Melburnians would not be able to travel to regional Victoria, we indicated that there would be a specific announcement in regards to tourism support. And we have been providing tourism support throughout this pandemic, but another round of it is very important. So, as the Acting Premier indicated, another 80,000 travel vouchers. They've been incredibly popular. They've meant well over $100 million have been spent in regional Victoria as a consequence of those vouchers in the past, and they remain incredibly popular, so there'll be another round of them. In regards to support for accommodation and other tourism businesses, at the moment, if you're in regional Victoria and you've got an entitlement to one round of the business cost assistance program, that is $2,500. There will be a $4,500 top-up to take you to $7,000. If you're a metropolitan business where you are entitled to two rounds of the business cost assistance program, that is $5,000, there will be a $2,000 top-up. So all regional and metropolitan tourism operators will be entitled to a total of $7,000, which is equivalent to the Licensed Hospitality Venue Fund 2 round option that is in effect at the moment as well. In regards to Alpine resorts, as the Acting Premier indicated, they are uniquely affected because the earning period for an Alpine business is much shorter than an accommodation or tourism business in the rest of the state. The ski season is for a defined period of time, and the Queen's Birthday long weekend is one of their biggest weekends. And so in recognition of the fact that that will be disrupted with only region-to-region travel over that long weekend, there'll be up to $15,000 for on-mountain employing businesses, up to $10,000 for on-mountain non-employing businesses, and up to $5,000 for certain off-mountain businesses. That takes the entire business support package, which we've announced over the last week and a half, to just under $500 million, about $493 million. It is substantial support, and the government will, of course, continue over the course of this pandemic to do everything we can to support the business community in what is an incredibly difficult time. We understand how deeply affected the business community is by not just this lockdown, but by the effect of the entire pandemic. And we'll continue to provide business support as we have done over the last 15 months and get as many businesses as we can through this very difficult period.